Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda,
And I'm Rochelle.
and we're just a couple of friends who love movies and television. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around. So this week we learned that Spike Lee is to direct an original musical about the creation of Viagra.
Does that even sound like something he would do?
It really doesn't. His shows are normally so serious. Like they can be fun, but more serious than about Viagra. Maybe he's going to do some type of weird, unique spin on it.
Maybe it'll be a musical.
Right? Well, it is supposed to be a musical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
there we go. A musical.
But
Let's
still,
do that.
I'm like, yeah.
Spike Lee, a musical, and Viagra. Maybe he's attracted COVID in his head, his brain. Something's wrong with it.
Oh my gosh. So yes, we'll look forward to that.
Heck yeah.
Scream 5 is just finished filming, and so that is coming out in January of 2022. I was a fan of the original series of these. Everyone is coming back for it.
I think that it's like a reunion.
Yeah, so it should be really cool. I'm excited to see where they're going with it now that they're older, and like who could be coming after you now? Maybe it'll be like Sydney Prescott has now lost her mind, and she's now Ghostface.
Maybe so.
Maybe it'll be something like that, or Courtney Cox. Maybe one of the main.
Somebody from their past, kind of like a Michael Myers.
Right. Maybe.
We don't know.
Right. So many things. Also, it was announced that Wonder Woman #2, which is Wonder Woman 1984, is to come out in theaters and on HBO Max on Christmas Day. Now, this news, it's good. I think I want to still see it in theaters.
How many people are going to stay home and not go see it then?
Well, I don't know. But the thing is, how many people really subscribe to HBO Max? I'm not one that has.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
See, and I don't know. I can't see paying, what do you pay, $15 for that sucker?
No. I pay $8.99.
For HBO Max?
Yeah, it comes with my whole Xfinity package.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, when I looked into it, it was on to charge me $14, and I'm
and
like...
that's not worth it.
I'm like, so...
But I would prefer to see it on the big screen.
Right.
Because it's so action-packed.
Right, exactly.
And I loved the first one, so...
Me too. So I'll probably still go to theaters. One, because I don't have HBO Max, and two, just because it'll look better, so...
I agree.
Hopefully others do too, to keep the theaters going.
We need to support our theaters,
right.
So go out and see it in the theaters.
Right. Keep those theaters going. I just learned that Stranger Things, for their season 4, has recruited Robert Englund from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my gosh.
To be in their new season, so that'll be interesting. I wonder if he's going to play a character, or just, he's going to look like himself. I just wonder if he'll be someone that's going to be, in makeup as maybe a creepy thing, or if he'll just be looking like himself and maybe a villain. I guess we'll see. It's a secret. They never tell you what they're being cast for.
Well, I do hope that this season's better. I mean, I was not a big fan of the last season, but I love Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I still love it, and I'll still watch it, but I liked the previous two. So that's just my take on it.
I did like season 3, but yes, the first 2 were better. But
Yeah.
I did like season 3. So
Well, maybe it's just sad that they're growing up.
right, that's true.
They're
It was all about
teenagers.
their relationships, and people get mad that they they weren't coupled up, and that's true.
Now they're rotten teenagers. And,
Right, it's only downhill from here
Yeah.
on that. Also, Coming to America 2 will be coming out March 5th on Amazon Prime. Very excited for this. I wish it was in theaters, but I just want to see it regardless. So,
right. Well, we must see it regardless.
I love the first one. Got to see if they can recapture the magic, the second time around. So, and it's been so long. Doesn't that come out in the 80s,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, that'll be cool.
So I'm excited. I'm excited
Right?
for that one because I thought that show was hysterical.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
just
do
me,
too.
though.
No, I do too. I laughed really hard. So what we want to discuss a little bit is we both ended up watching the new series, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake, and so we wanted to talk about that and review it with you guys. Those who don't know, we actually do live in Utah, not in Salt Lake, but just outside of it, and so we were curious to see what they were going to say, how they were going to be portrayed, what the women were, and it was something.
It was something. So we also like this mindless television, reality TV. So we
Right.
both watched the Beverly Hills Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
We both watched New York.
Right.
And then
I also watched OC myself, and Potomac, and Atlanta. So I think I watched them all except for Dallas and New Jersey.
Yes, and I don't.
So.
I'm good at the two that I watch. So again, it was going to be interesting to see how they're portrayed in Salt Lake. And can I just tell you, I was horrified. Horrified. I don't like those women. They're awful. I just don't think it's a good, a smattering of women that portray Salt Lake very well. But anyway, it's entertaining. It is entertaining.
I agree. Yeah, I found it a little bit like, oh, okay. I get where they wanted to have really go for the Mormon angle and then throw in some, two others that weren't, basically to see how people mesh and see how, one gets thrown out, one's divorced and isn't really involved so much or isn't a good enough Mormon to be in the church. I don't know. There's a lot was going on there. I'll just say right now, Lisa and Jen are my two least favorites.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Whitney seems cute and nice.
Yes.
Heather seems nice. Mary seems nice. Yes, it is weird, her situation. She married her step-grandfather.
I'm old grandma.
So that was a little, listening to that was a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
But, other than that, she does seem nice. Tells it straight up.
I thought there was a lot of bashing of the Mormon religion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. You can have your opinions, but it was kind of over the top for me. I used to be one, and I feel like I can say something, but I don't think that others can. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I didn't care for it. I just didn't care for it. I might need to watch one more, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue.
You definitely should watch one more. I did watch the second episode as well.
Oh.
And it was better. The main fight that ended on after the first episode is still stupid to me. It was all about Mary saying, complaining about a hospital smell in regards to, her friend and her friend's aunt. And to me, I don't see why she was being
amputated.
Right. And to me, it was just like, I don't get why this comment is that
offensive.
Right. She's just talking about how, I'm sorry, that's how it smelled to me. You smelled like that coming from the hospital, and she doesn't like hospitals, and so she was just making a comment about, sorry, it was like a hospital smell. I don't know why that was offensive, and it was still carrying on in the next episode of it, and I was like,
yeah.
Huh? Even Heather was just like, I don't know why this is still going.
It may have overpowered her Chanel. And that was probably not a good thing. Who knows?
It was just like, yeah. Anyway, so that was a little silly to me, but yeah, I advise you to at least watch 2 episodes. And you get a better feel for it, but we'll see where this is going. I don't know. If I had to give it, I guess, a rating for the pilot episode, I'd probably just give it a 3 wine cork.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with maybe 1.5.
Okay. It did have a cool opening. I liked the whole snow and snowflakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing. 3 of them live in Park City, and the other 2 live in Salt Lake.
Exactly. Again, and they're transplants. So
That's true. 2 of them. Yeah.
It's not the Utah culture at all. So
yeah, there were only 2 that were actually born here.
Right. Yes.
That's
Went
true.
to BYU. Yeah.
That's
so
true.
she had some room to talk. That was Heather.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right.
So anyway, give it a shot. See what y'all think.
Let us, if you have any comment, let us know about that. Love to hear your thoughts on it as well. So this week, as we know, it's Thanksgiving week. It's the official kickoff to Christmas, and so we wanted to talk about our Christmas movie of the week. So for me, it's Home Alone. That has been a favorite of mine since I was younger. Watch it every year with my parents, like clockwork. Home Alone 1 and 2, honestly. We watch both every Christmas. Doesn't feel, and it's still funny. It's always going to be funny. I just really enjoy watching it.
I agree with you. I love Home Alone. I loved both of them. I thought they were awesome. But my pick would be Elf.
Oh, well,
Will Ferrell. I love the guy. I would go with Elf for me.
I liked Elf too. That was funny. I loved it. Weirdly enough, I just love the soundtrack. That's one thing I play every Christmas. Is the Elf soundtrack. I like it too.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
All right. In fact, let's go watch it.
That's good. Yeah, get us in the Christmas spirit. I will cop to you guys that I'm I think maybe I already said this, but I'm a Hallmark movie watcher. So throughout, the month, you're going to hear us off and on talking about Christmas movies, me talking about Hallmark Christmas movies, probably some Lifetime Christmas movies thrown in there as well. And we're going to try and drag Rochelle into our bliss.
If they're creepy, I'll watch them.
And really, outside of something like A Christmas Carol, I feel like as creepy as a Christmas movie is probably going to get.
Yes, A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, that is very creepy. And that is a creepy show. That's,
Yeah.
See? A creepy Christmas Carol.
So movies out this week are The Croods and New Age. I never saw the first one, but it looks cute.
I didn't either, but my daughter, who loves these shows, said it was just hysterical. She loves it.
Oh.
And she's 22.
Okay. And also Run. This looks good with Sarah Paulson. It's like she's a mom who has a daughter who's a teenager who's in a wheelchair. And then like the trailer just showed like the daughter asking her like, are you mad at me because you take care of me like my whole life? And she's like, of course not, I'm your mom. But it's like the daughter discovers something about her and tries to get away, and the mom won't like let her go. So that's right up your alley. So
yes,
you should give
it is.
You should give it a watch. It's supposed to be on Hulu, I believe, is where it's going to be airing.
Oh,
so you'll have to.
And when does that come out? Do you know?
It did. It came out.
Oh, it already came
Yes.
out. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll have to.
I'll go watch it tonight.
No, watch something Christmassy. Just kidding. Just kidding. So for what I've been watching this week, I actually last, I guess, week and a half was watching the show on IMDb TV, which I don't know if you guys know, but they apparently have some original programming. But it was this show called Alex Rider about a 17-year-old who's ends up being recruited to be a secret spy. It was very entertaining, very well done. You know, no one that you know would be in it. It's like no one well known, and to me in the States that. But it was a really good show. It kept me interested for I think it was 8 episodes, so it wasn't too long. And then I also checked out Big Sky on ABC. Now this is
I wanted to see that.
Right?
What are you thinking?
It was weird.
Really?
It's by David E. Kelly, who also currently has done The Undoing on HBO, which we've talked about. So I'm gonna give it another the second episode this week just to be sure, but it was very weird. Hopefully Rochelle will watch it and see if she agrees. It was just a very weird feeling overall. I don't know how else to describe it, but it being weird.
Really?
Honestly. Things were happening. They were like, huh? That was just so. It reminded me of Twin Peaks, back in the day.
Okay.
Like
And
that
was
type.
odd.
Yeah, it was odd like that, and I was like,
What's the premise of it?
that 2 girls go missing, off of a highway. They're on their way to meet one of their
that's
boyfriends. And just, basically that's what the whole pilot episode covers is that and about the town that they go missing from. It's like introducing you to the characters in the town.
And they're probably all odd too.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then you have the Ryan Phillippe character and these 2, one's his ex-wife and one's his wife, and then one's his PI, I guess, partner. And so they're all brought into it to help find the girls. So that's basically all you get in the pilot episode, but it was just very... Woo, strange. Yeah, you have to tell me what you think.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list to watch for sure.
Well, what have you been watching?
Well, I started watching Kingdom. You said it was really good,
Yes.
really interesting, and I've also heard that from other people. And I am telling you, I was out of town this weekend, and I was at a friend's of mine, and we were thinking about watching something, and I said, yes, we need to watch Kingdom, because I had my girlfriend and then her husband. And I'm thinking, we can't watch a chick flick. So this might be right up his alley. And it was really good. It was nothing like what I thought. And MMA fighting, I'm not going to lie, I've watched some of those fights.
Oh.
But the whole story behind it is very intriguing. In fact, it sucked me right in. I wanted more.
Right.
So I highly recommend it, and especially for guys, especially if you like that. And then also one that I started watching was What We Do in the Shadows. It's a vampire mockumentary on Netflix, and it is just hysterical. This camera crew follows around these vampires, and it's just comedy. It's really funny. So if you want a lighthearted, fun show, I would watch that one.
That's one I'd heard about, but I hadn't checked out either, so we have to look into that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of comedies that's true that I look at right now, so.
And I was going to ask you about something. Kind of came up on my news feed about some of the really good shows that are out there, but they're kind of underrated because of their titles.
Oh, okay.
And it's true. When, a lot of people will maybe listen or read a title and it doesn't catch them. And,
True.
and so there's a lot of good shows that go, unwatched or one of the unmentionables. And this one's called iBoy, and it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing about it.
Right.
But the article was talking about what a great show it was. So that's one that I'd like to watch. I just wanted to maybe know if you had heard of it.
I actually had not heard of that. iBoy on Netflix. And it's a TV show, not a movie or anything?
Not a movie.
Okay.
So I'll have to...
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, and find out a little bit more about it. So...
Because, yes, that is a title I can honestly say I wouldn't have...
Yeah. Would you? No?
Wouldn't have drawn me in. I've been like, huh? So, but yeah, there has been some that come across over the summer, man. I was watching... It's so funny. I got into, like Mexican soap operas, kind of like...
Oh, my gosh.
That were, like, on Well, they were on Netflix, and I think they were done better than probably... that I was thinking they were, and it ended up really, like, I watched, like, 3 seasons of one. I was like, oh... It just went, like, really fast for me. And I'm one that doesn't even like to read, like, subtitles. Yeah, there I'm reading it and just following right along, so.
Well, it does help to read, especially if you get those that are, you can't understand. Like, I'll watch, like, shows that are maybe, have that British brogue or Scottish brogue.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I'll put some subtitles on just so I know what they're saying. Especially if they have a very...
Because it's so thick, you're like, huh?
Thick Scottish
What are you
brogue.
saying, huh?
Well, here's something interesting. On iBoy, the cast, Maisie Williams.
Oh, okay.
Bill Milner, Miranda Richardson.
Okay.
Rory Kinnear, Jordan Bolger, and Charlie Palmer Rothwell.
Oh,
so
wow.
it looks like a really good cast.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it might be one worth checking out. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'll definitely write that down and make sure I remember to check it out and see. At least watch a maybe trailer of it so I know what I'm getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I'm like Rochelle, I think we've discussed this before, but I'm just not into it can't be too creepy, or else I woke myself up from a nightmare last night because I dreamt that my mother was trying to kill me. Anyway.
There could be a premonition on that. You don't know.
And so I just remember screaming to wake myself up out of it because I knew, like, this doesn't feel right at the time. And I scared my 2 poor cats. Like, they seriously, like, jumped up and ran off the bed. Like, what the heck? So, yes. So not too creepy for me.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you stay away from those and leave the creepy shows to me.
Yes, I definitely will. No problem. Today's special guest is my friend Michelle. We've known each other, since like junior high. And so we just want to get her take on what her favorite movie, munchie, and, wine or, alcoholic beverage is. So hi, Michelle.
Hi, Ron. So nice to be here with you today.
Oh, awesome. I'm very happy you can be too. For those who don't know, well, I guess you guys wouldn't know, but she used to live here, but she no longer does. So it's very nice that she was able to step in and be our guest today. So I'm very excited. So what would you say your favorite movie is?
I don't know that I have a particular favorite, but I have a couple genres. So horror movies and comedies. But if I'm going to go with a comedy, I'd have to say anything with Jim Carrey. If I'm going to go with a horror movie, it has to be the 80s slasher films, Freddy or Jason.
Right, and just so you guys know, this woman actually made me watch all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets once. And actually most of the Jasons, I want to say, during like sleepovers in the past. So those are definitely, yes, those are definitely movies she likes. And yes, I have known for years that she does like anything Jim Carrey. So I like most Jim Carrey. I have to say not Trump. What was, the Truman Show. That was not...
Okay, I would say any Jim Carrey comedy show. That was more serious.
That's true.
Movie. So I'm going with the silly ones where you either love them or hate them. I'm going Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar.
Yep. Cable Guy.
That took me. I had to watch that 2 or 3 times before I actually appreciated it, since it was a dark comedy. But yes, Cable Guy. So.
Right, that whole scene when they're at the they don't call it Tournament of Kings in there, but you know where that the dinner show,
Oh,
the whole thing when he took it so seriously, and the
yes.
Matthew Broderick character was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" Yeah, I could watch that part over and over.
I think me and you might have done our first tournament tour together in Vegas, actually.
Right? Oh, that's true. That is true. It's a good time if you guys can ever
Excalibur.
get there
Mhm.
to see it. It's good food actually, and then yeah, it's a good show.
If Vegas ever opens back up.
Right? I just heard today actually they're doing some more restrictions, so we'll have to see. So what would you say your favorite munchie is?
Munchies, I'm not much of a snacker, but I can eat pizza any day, anytime, any place. So I'll always go for pizza. I'm not much of a fan for meat on the pizza, but I like a good vegetarian pizza.
Oh,
So-
see, I'm not into vegetables, but sure, if you like that, we'll go with that.
And it's a good breakfast snack too, if you can't finish it for dinner.
Well, there you go. And what would you say is your favorite beverage?
I have graduated to wines,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not much of a sweets person, so I like the heavier, full-bodied red wines. So like a good Cabernet or a good Zinfandel, something nice, spicy, full-bodied wine.
I do like Zinfandels, but red usually. I grew out of it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I got more into my sweet tooth, and that's
Oh,
why
you like-
I liked whites in the
Mhm.
end.
I like to have the nice, spicy, bold,
Mm-hmm.
something that goes good with. Actually, I'm not a sweets person, but a nice red goes with really good with a piece of dark chocolate. Actually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll have to give that a go.
Yeah, so it pairs very nicely together.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time I'm going somewhere to get dessert, I'll be like, I need to get a red wine specifically so I can have some chocolate with it. So, yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, we'd just like to thank Michelle for coming onto our show today. It was awesome.
Well, thanks so much for listening. We had a fun time as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you.